Good morning, good evening, and good day. Today we continue our Best of Steel Division 2 series with the Allied Fighter Corps. If you enjoy this content, please hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel out and it's completely free to you. Let's dive right in. So here we are with 5 of the best fighters that the Allies have to offer. We have a couple from all kinds of different factions here. I left off the very cheap ones. Again, this is about basically like highest quality, most powerful loadouts and everything. It's not about efficiency or price to damage kind of thing. This is just one of the most powerful options we have for the Allied Fighter Corps. So let's start here with the most lackluster of the bunch, the LA-7. It's got two 20 mils here, which put out 2.58 damage and a very nice speed of 645 kilometers per hour, a good agility, and a medium resilience. You're going to notice here that the Allied fighters are a fair bit faster than their Axis counterparts. Just generally speaking, they seem to be. They are also a little bit lighter loadout on average. Again, this is all on average kind of thing. Let's hop over here to the similarly priced Spitfire, and there's a lot of Spitfire variants. This one is, I believe, the best one. We have 4 20mm cannons, putting out a nice 5.42 damage here. 590 kilometers an hour speed, very good agility, and a bad resilience. Continuing over here, we have the P39Q15 Cobra. It has a 37mm cannon here, putting out 3.1 damage, quite dangerous. 2 Brownings on its nose, 2 Brownings on its wings, both with 1.12 damage respectively. Hopping down here, we have 585 kilometers an hour of speed, a good agility, and bad resilience. Hopping down here to some more Western allies, we have the P47D25RE, and it has 8 Browning machine guns at 7.6 damage. Oh, wow. Whew, that's deadly. 6,000 rounds per minute. It's just a very, very high number of rounds per minute. We have 670 kilometers an hour speed, very bad agility, and a medium resilience. Continuing on to our final plane, the Tempest Mark V. It has 4 autocannons, putting up that nice 5.4 damage, 3,000 rounds per minute, 680 kilometers an hour with a medium agility and a medium resilience. I have to tell you, the Axis fighters were pretty straightforward, which was the strongest. This is a slightly different conversation. The Allied fighters, the cream of their crop is really cream. Like, whew, these things are deadly in the skies. Let's start knocking them out here. The LA-7 is the weakest in terms of damage, but here's the big kicker. It's this resilience. I talked about in the last video with the Axis fighters. Resilience is a massive factor in these fighter battles. So the P47, Tempest, and LA-7 have a clear advantage because of their medium resilience over these two over here that have stronger loadouts, potentially, stronger loads than the LA-7 at least. This medium resilience makes a huge amount of difference. On top of that, they do have a much faster speed than these guys overall. So if I was actually going to put which of these fighters was the weakest, I would actually throw the Spitfire at the bottom. And the Spitfire is a fantastic fighter, don't get me wrong. But because of its speed, its bad resilience, and actually that's it. Because of those two factors, this one ends up on the bottom of this 5-person heap. Next up, fourth. This is tough. It's between the LA-7 and the P39. The P39 is very, very deadly. I mean, it puts out a lot of damage. That 37mm cannon really puts people down. But that bad resilience really hurts. It's not the most agile fighter either, and I'm not talking about agility. We're not really talking about agility. That's, again, kind of like defense from flak damage and stuff. But it's also a fair bit slower than its counterpart, so it's going to have a little bit harder time actually catching things. So it's a toss-up. I would put 3-4 kind of tied between these, but the LA-7 is, a lot weaker in firepower, but I've found the LA-7 to be a very efficient fighter overall. It has never really let me down. It's quite solid, but so is the P39. Our second place is the P47D. I mean, the damage output on this thing is quite disgusting. The problem is it has very bad agility, and I know I said this doesn't matter, but it's going to take a lot of damage from AA fire. But it does have that medium resilience. It is extremely fast. And yeah, I mean, this thing will shoot down planes really, really well. it's very dangerous. But I would have to say the top of the plane heap in the Allies and Axis, and overall the best fighter in the game, is the Tempest Mark V. This thing is absolutely disgusting. If you didn't see me play the 6th Airborne, go watch that. You will see why. This is, I'm pretty sure this is the fastest plane in the game at 680 kilometers per hour. It's got medium resilience. It even has some good agility, meaning it won't take so much damage from AA fire. It's got 4 autocannons, so it does put out a great amount of damage. It's super maneuverable in the air. It's the entire package. This thing is so busted good. It's crazy. I do not like playing against these things. This is why people hate playing against 6th Airborne are the Tempest, because they're so strong. They basically don't die because they're so fast. They get out of AA fire right away. They have that medium resilience. They're just really, really powerful. They are far and away better than all of these other ones here. And just, I'm telling you, go use this and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I believe these are only available in 6th Airborne. I believe that is the only division that gets access to these fighters specifically, but they might pop up in some other divisions, British division. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it's just 6th Airborne. So yeah, really, really strong options. I would definitely say probably in terms of variety, they're definitely stronger than the Axis. You get a better variety of really strong fighters for the Allies than you do the Axis, and that's really comes down to more the Western Allies. These guys, you know, they show up in a lot of different divisions and they make those divisions have a really strong air force overall. The Soviets do have a lot of bad fighters. These are definitely the top picks from the Soviets. They have all the Yaks are very underwhelming. They have bad resilience overall. They're all very underwhelming compared to these really great fighters that they have here in a couple divisions. LA7 only shows up in like 3, and the P39 is very similar, like 3 or 4. So yeah, that would be the Allied Fighter Corps, and which is the best of the bunch. If you enjoyed this, please hit that like button and subscribe for more Steel Division 2 content. Have a fantastic day.